Hey guys, gals, and legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Let's Roleplay Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, Dusk's Tale. Last episode was a dark episode for us and a dark episode for Dusk. She lost her two friends, her only friends in the world, and I guess most importantly Candy, who has been her only friend. The only person who has ever treated her like a human and not like a weapon or something to be studied. Pei, I think, came to enjoy the company of Dusk and was also, because I think at the heart of Pei, she was wanting to find a reason why. She was wanting to find someone to blame for all of this, the Cataclysm, and she believed she knew the people who were at fault. She was a government agent of sorts, and I think she wanted to hold those responsible, make them accountable in the history books to come. We are going to attempt to carry on that. We're going to try and carry on their missions as best as we can, even without them, to, honor them in a sense. And Dusk is not going to give up on her endeavor as well. She is going to attempt to better herself and cure herself. It has been her goal for the longest time, and that is still our goal. And she wakes up today late, actually quite late in the day, which works just fine for her, but she wakes up alone. And her wounds have healed over, the scars are gone, her skin is new once again. The mutations are doing work. We actually did get a mutation last time that I didn't see, and that was Roadrunner. Kind of half explains how we are so quick on our feet. Our legs are extremely limber and fast moving. We move 30% faster on flat surfaces. Now, Dusk does need to get up. She needs to continue on with her life. It's not going to be easy to do so, but she is going to attempt to do just that. Now, last episode, she did sense, I think it was last episode or the episode before, she sensed an old friend nearby in the woods, Bradley Moreland. So he's still out there somewhere, and I imagine that she was able to detect his distress. And I haven't forgotten about where the others fell. We have them in their graves now, but the horde that is there, the horde that is probably still there, will pay. Just not today. We will make sure that we finish them off properly. However, it's going to take us a while to get there. It's going to take us a little while to get back on our feet. We're back on our feet in terms of our health and everything like that. It's all healed up. We're doing pretty good in that regard, but we still need to do some work. Now, there are only 2 days left before spring springs. Yeah, before spring springs. And we are going to spend those days working on ourselves. We unfortunately can't do much in terms of mutations right now. We do have some meat that we can bring out of the cart though, so I think we'll do that. So we're going to grab Hugh the Hand Jackman, and shout out to Hugh in the comments. If you haven't seen Hugh yet, there is Hugh the Hand Jackman in the comments, so go say hi. But we're going to go across and we are going to attempt to grab some of the tainted flesh that we got, and that was part of our initial mission. And I've just realized now that we've just been running down the hallway. I think that Dusk would feel a sense of sadness in that there isn't anyone to ride in the cart today. No one will be joining her. Okay, we did shut up. That's good. Alright, let's see exactly what we were able to get into. Bogart. Oh, just the jerry can? Shoot. Okay, I guess I didn't get anything else in there. Or I have already taken the stuff out, which is entirely possible. I might have done that and just forgot that I had. Entirely possible. Okay, well, we'll take Hugh back and we'll see exactly what we have available to us. We might try and make some mutagens, but what we are going to be doing is attempting to install some CBMs, or at least get our skills good enough so that we might be able to entertain the idea of installing CBMs. And CBMs are compact, bionic. I'm trying to remember what the acronym is for them. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. But, we do actually have some in there. Okay, good. And as you can see, we have a lot of different CBMs that I would like to attempt to install, but I think we are going to start today off by trying to work on some mutagens, because mutagens, well, I mean, we need mutagens for everything, so we will just attempt to make some regular mutagen. What are we lacking? We're lacking bleach at the moment, or oxidizer powder. From memory, what is the easiest for us to make? I think bleach is probably one of the easier ones for us to make. Yeah, just salt water and the chemistry set, which is fine. We will, however, have to just have a quick look at our chemistry set and see how the battery is. 25%, I think that's still a decent amount of power, although we don't seem to be gaining too much here, which is a little concerning. Yeah. So let's go ahead and make ourselves some bleach. Let's spend an hour and 36 minutes doing that. We're going to make 4 things of bleach. Okay, oh damn, we're tired already. No, we are going to continue. We're dead tired, so unfortunately we are just going to have to kind of go right through this. Okay, let's see. We want to pour it into a container. We will pour it into the gallon jug of bleach. Okay, there we go. That's done. We probably should actually just go straight to sleep, and that will help us pass the time before spring is here. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to sleep, and we'll see what happens during the night. We dream about the zoo for some reason. Yeah, and it's in part because of just everything. We are essentially everything right now. It looks like we are going to be getting up kind of, yeah, early morning-ish. We'll go ahead and have one of our scones, our biscuits, and we'll come over here and we will drink some of that water. I should, before I forget, actually equip our hydration pack. And where is that right now? It's right here, hydration pack, clean water. How much is that going to offset us? We're on 33 at the moment. If we go ahead and put the hydration pack on, that puts us on, okay, 35. That's not too bad. I'm okay with that. The hydration pack though, we do want to kind of just store it behind everything there. Just keep it a little bit safer. We'll have it stored behind the backpack, but we'll have the thing sticking out the side so that we can get easy access to it. That's the idea at the very least. And I've just realized that we did have, I'm trying to remember what it is now. We had something brewing down here, the vinegar, right? We had vinegar brewing down there that we were trying to make acid from. So I will have to take that out of that vat eventually. So we have, oh, and our pellets are still tanning. Good, okay. So we have our bleach now, so we should be able to go and make some mutagens. Let's just have a look. We can make 4. Perfect. I'm trying to see what we're going to be running out of at that stage. I think it's probably... It is, again, it's bleach. Just bleach is holding us back right now. But we'll go ahead and make 4 mutagens for now. And we will use the chemistry set. Alright, and we'll pour it into a container, and we're just going to go for these small plastic bottles because they seem to hold them relatively well. And saying that, oh, did I consume that? Stop, something hurt, stop crafting? No? What hurts? Jesus, crap. I accidentally drank it. That's a big mistake. But that actually worked out really well for us, surprisingly. We got Fey Vision back. And our rough skin disappeared, which I'm actually okay with. We are going to be in a little bit of pain, though. I was not anticipating that. We'll take some codeine, and we'll have something to eat. Yeah. That was a big mistake on my behalf. Bugger. Okay, alright. We're going to attempt to do that again. But in saying that, we should have a look at... Let's have a look at the... So, I'll get the timings first. So, bleach takes us 24 minutes, and it just gives us 1 unit of bleach, which is pretty average. If we were to use oxidizing powder, how long does that take? It takes us 12 minutes to make it. And how much do we get from that? I'm imagining we get more than just one thing of... Oh, but it requires bleach to make it. Yeah. Okay, no. So, unfortunately, not really an option for us. So we are just going to stick with making good old bleach for now. Okay. I mean, we can make a lot of it. It's really just the charges that we're using up. And that is a decent amount of charge. 200 charges. How much did that knock us down by? We're still on 25%. I think we're okay. Think. No way to know for certain. Let's just go in, back to our bleach, and look at making that. Some of you had some pretty helpful tips about the kind of gear that we were using, that we are using with our survivor suit, etc. Advising that it's probably the best option to go for the heavier gear, and I think we will end up doing that. Yeah. Okay, so this is a lot of bleach. Well, I say a lot, it's not a huge amount. Let's just go for 4 hours. I know that's a long ass time, and it is actually going to take us through most of the day. You know what, we might not even have a chance to work on these CBMs. We'll pour into a container, pour into the gallon jug, okay? And let's look at making some mutagens. We just want to make with what we've got left right now. Is it going to be... Oh, it's actually the tainted meat this time. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to make 8. We will use the chemistry set, and we will just keep on working. Pour into a container. We are going to go for the glass flasks this time. And let's not hit consume it, Rycon. Do not hit consume it. Okay. Alright, we're nearly there. Pour into a container. Okay, great. Fantastic. Done. Excellent. We still haven't actually learned how to make mutagen. We're still having to read from the book as we're making it, surprisingly enough. Let's use our... Yeah, we'll just eat from that for now. We're not going to use the hydration pack. Let's come over here and just get a drink of water. It's raining outside, so we're not going to be gaining energy, but we do draw it relatively slowly from our battery, because the storage battery is so big. And you will also notice that I have got the tiles back in there, finally. I actually put them back in there myself. So that's going to be part of my tutorial series. And I know I've been talking about it for a really, really long time, but I think I actually have time today to record more of that. So fingers crossed I will actually be able to finish that thing off. That's the idea. I hope, at the very least. We'll see how all of this recording goes first, and perhaps we will be able to get there. So we've made our mutagen, that's good. Let's have a look and see where our skills are at. Our first aid is pretty good. Our mechanics is okay, but what's kind of lacking, I think, is our electronics here. Our electronics is only 3. So really, before we start doing any more work on, on ourselves, if we were to install CBMs, we want our first aid to be really good, and we also want our electronics to be good. It also uses mechanics, but not as much. Electronics and first aid are the key skills that you're using when you're installing CBMs. So we are going to try and see if we can find some books that are going to teach us about electronics. So we're just going to have a scroll through here. Electronics skill 2-6. Let's take it and we shall read it. We are just going to read it up here, and we will start. Apparently our focus doesn't actually matter when we're reading, which I thought it did, but apparently it doesn't, so we don't really need to worry. Mood does matter, so if your mood is too low, you won't be able to do it. And I think something that I'd like to see as part of mood is having some kind of negative for losing NPCs that are your companions, because obviously Dusk's morale would be really, really low right now. So what might be nice to see in the future is something that does negatively affect you. Like, I know obviously you have the morale loss whenever you kill a zombie child for a while. I think you have to kill like 100 of them before you stop feeling remorse, but surely there would be a way to have some kind of if-then scenario for NPCs that are your followers, because there's got to be some kind of tag or flag that changes them, so when they die, yeah, you should get like it and I think it should stack as well. Like, the more that you lose, the more should be there. And I don't think it should be something that just goes over the period of a day. I feel like it should be there for like a good week in game, if not longer. And I know that might be a pretty harsh penalty, but I feel like it should be, I feel like you would be mourning these people for a long, long time. Maybe it does lessen over time. Sorry, microphone. Sorry, ears, if that was loud. Okay, right, we're coming into here and we're going to read. That's what we're doing. Okay. It is going to be, it's going to make us a little upset. It's not super fun, but we are just going to read until we learn a new level. And we seem to be reading at a pretty quick pace. We are getting a little thirsty, so once we reach a new level, we'll be sure to attempt to deal with that. So we got to level 4, that's pretty good. Let's just have some biscuits and we will have something to drink. After this little section of reading, I think we are going to have to, let's see, electronic circuit 3, yeah, it's not so good. It is affecting our morale. And I think that does stack as well, so that's why it is important sometimes, if maybe it would be worth us using the saxophone. Maybe. And I've just seen there are a few things here that we do want to drop off, namely the gold, the nails, and the silver. And let's see, we want to drop off down there, the power storage. Yeah, that's good. We shall do that, and the entrenching tool as well we are going to drop off. Tailor's kit as well. 69. Okay, lighter, thank you very much. Well done. Okay, alright, let's keep on reading this and see how we do. Okay, now that the thunderstorm is gone, we can actually see a little bit clearer what's kind of going on, and we seem to be reading just fine. It is 2 a.m. currently, so we probably will need to go to sleep eventually. I'm not going to go to sleep until we feel dead tired, though, so we're just going to kind of repeat this cycle just for a little bit of having something to drink. But I think now we are going to have to spend some time working on food. So let's jump into our food and see what we can make. Is there anything meat-wise that we can make? No. I've been told that aspic is actually pretty good and it can last a long time. So something for us to think about if we are going to, you know, be working with our meat again in the future. Also, I feel like we should be trying to make more broths as well, because the broths are used in essentially everything. Can we make any basic broths right now? I don't think we can. We can only make the bone broth, and yeah. No, we can't make a regular one. Although in saying this, we can make more bread, so we might just end up doing that for now, because flour is all that we have, and that's why I think flour is so good for you to have in winter when we don't have the ability to kind of gather resources from around us. I feel like once spring hits and we start trying to harvest the things that we need to be able to make our serums, the alpha serum, I think we are going to get hard into the farming. Like, we are going to be planting a lot of seeds because we want to be able to try and harvest those and preserve those before winter rolls around again. And I think we'll have the chance to do that because with the 30-day seasons, I think it'll be a little bit more feasible for us to do that. Okay, let's see. This is everything that we can make right now. I don't know. I mean, obviously the drinks we don't really want to worry about. I think it's probably just going to be... Oh, we actually have some cooked acorn meal still kicking around. I think I'm probably just going to make more biscuits because it's just... Yeah, I mean, looking at the bread doesn't have as much nutrition. It has this... It can last a little bit longer, but the nutrition we get from this is a little bit higher from the biscuits, although we are using cooking oil to be able to do it. No, we're just going to make some biscuits. That's the easiest thing for us to do right now. We are running out of cooking oil, though. That's apparently what we're using. We'll just use a charcoal smoker. Stop crafting. No, so we are tired now, so we will actually need to go to sleep. So we'll just eat our hot food. Attempt to maybe get full if we can before we go to sleep, and we will go to sleep. Come on over here. And day 30 of winter. So we are going to be coming into spring very, very soon. Dusk is definitely the longest lived character that we've done so far on the channel. She's getting there. It feels like she didn't actually have to sleep for all that long then. Alright, let us have some of those biscuits. Can we fit another one in? Apparently we can. Okay, we're very thirsty because that does actually make us a little thirsty. We'll see if we can get slaked. Nice. Okay, so we're feeling pretty good. We didn't get any more mutations overnight. I feel like the mutations have actually kind of settled down a little bit, surprisingly enough. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll take it. I won't complain for now, but we will continue reading. So let's just continue reading electronic circuit theory, and we'll get to level 5. I think we want to get to level 6, and then I'm going to have a look at what it will take us to actually get some things installed. Okay, nearly there. Okay, bam, level 6, perfect. And apparently that will change our stats a little bit, potentially. Our head, torso, and arms started getting a little bit of damage there, which I find a little strange. So I want to try and figure out exactly what is causing that. We're not like getting overly hot or anything like that. It could be the rough skin, perhaps it's come back. So yeah, it says it has no gameplay effect, yet we do seem to have some kind of effect. We are a little tired, which is unfortunate. I just want to see what our skills are at right now. Our intelligence is pretty good. We are probably going to try and grab, let's see, do we have any cigarettes in here at the moment? We have a cigar, or we have a pack of cigarettes. Okay, we do have the electronic cigarette as well. We're probably just going to use the e-cigarette. And that's funnily enough going to help us boost our intelligence. I know. So we're going to go ahead and activate the electronic cigarette. Okay, alright, so that should help boost it. Yep, we can see our intelligence has gone up. and we're going to grab some of these CBMs and we're going to see if we can actually install them. We'll have a look and see everything that's here first of all. Solar panels, that's a decent charging one for us to use. You used to be able to install as many bionics as you want. There is a limit now, because obviously the human body is only so big, so there is a limit to how many you can install, and I'm trying to see now if it does say here, and I don't see it, but I might be missing it. No, it doesn't tell me how much space it takes. It might tell you when you go to try and apply it, but solar panels, that's pretty cool. So they're literally like just like small solar panels that you would put on yourself. I'm imagining you'd probably put them like on the back, on shoulders, etc. But I imagine they would also be fitted. You know, I think that like wearing clothes would obviously kind of like cancel it out, but it doesn't seem to. I don't know if we are going to go for that. I think we're going to go for a different kind of power generation. We might put it on as an extra, but we'll see. This we're definitely going to want to try and go for the diamond cornea. Your vision is greatly enhanced, giving you a +2 bonus to perception. That will be nice, and hopefully it isn't too difficult for us to install. So we are going to take that. Thermal dissipation. Powerful heat sinks and super materials are woven into your flesh. While powered, this system will prevent heat damage up to 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. Note that this temperature does not affect your internal temperature. Okay, so that isn't going to regulate our internal temperature, but it means that if we do catch on fire, or if we end up in lava, we might have a chance to survive. So the thermal dissipation CBM can be really good. Something that we might want to put in eventually. This thing here, the sonic resonator, is pretty amazing, if you ask me. Your entire body may resonate at a very high power, creating a short-range shockwave. Yeah, while it will not do much damage to flexible creatures, stiff items such as walls, doors, and even robots will be severely damaged. So it's essentially creating a shockwave of sorts by resonating your body at a frequency. So I almost imagine it like if Dusk was to use it on a wall, touching her hand against the wall and having it resonate at such a frequency that it just breaks the wall apart. So it just vibrates so quickly that the structures just kind of break down. Very freaking cool. It means that we wouldn't need to take the electronic jackhammer anywhere. We would just need a little bit of power in our banks and just boom, knocking through walls and potentially robots as well. So I think that's great. We will definitely be trying to add that. Electronic magnetic unit. This is cool, but it's not super useful in terms of the dead, really. So embedded in your hand is a powerful electromagnet, allowing you to pull items made of iron over short distances. Kind of turns us into Magneto. I think that's really cool. And if we were to come up against any humans, this would be really good, because if they point guns at us, we could just go, that's mine now. Essentially how what are they now? I'm trying to remember their full name, but it's the zombies that are the workers, the technicians. Oh, it's a zombie technician. So the zombie technicians, they have these CBMs in their hands, and that's how they pull our weapons from us. Anything that's made out of metal, they'll just pull it towards them. So it could be worth us actually trying to install. Cerebral Booster CBM sounds great, and it might be something that we actually want to try and install before some of the others. Your brain has been enhanced with bionic co-processors, giving you a +2 bonus to intelligence. I think we could all do with that in our lives. And an air filtration system. So again, great. Implanted in your trachea is an advanced filtration system. If toxins find their way into your windpipe, the filter will attempt to remove them. So I see that as a no-brainer. That would be fantastic. I'd love to get that. Blood filter CBM. A filtration system in your heart allows you to actively filter out chemical impurities, primarily drugs. It will have a limited impact on viruses. Note that it is not a targeted filter. All drugs in your system will be affected. Okay, so I guess you can just like purge your body of drugs, etc. I don't see it being super helpful right off the bat. We probably aren't going to worry about that. Charging cable system. You have a complex port mounted above your hip. While active, it will drain power through a jumper cable held on your person. Nice. Okay, so we could just drain power from a battery system. Could be a good way to actually charge ourselves up using our home network here. Once we actually get more solar panels and other energy generating things, we could just charge ourselves off that, which is pretty cool, but I think we'll probably charge ourselves up okay without it just fine. So we're not going to worry about that right now. The cranial flashlight, it's a light on your head. It's a little weird. I don't think we need it. I think we'll be fine. Enhanced hearing though. When this bionic is active, your hearing will be drastically improved, allowing you to hear 10 times better than the average person. Additionally, high intensity sounds will automatically be dampened before they can damage your hearing. So if there's an explosion or something like that, or if we're shooting our gun, we don't need to worry about wearing earplugs because these will actively decrease the dBs and just bring it down, so that it won't damage our ears, which is pretty awesome. We can also toggle the sound dampeners on and off should you wish to reduce the effect of the bionic or become completely deaf. So again, sleeping in a noisy place, we can just turn our ears off, which I think is awesome. Okay, next up we have the Enhanced Memory Bank CBM. Your memory has been enhanced with small quantum storage drives. At any time you start to forget a skill, if this bionic is active, you will retain all knowledge at the cost of a small amount of power. So that's really good if we start degrading, because that happens if we actually, well, I don't want to have a look at it now because we're still selecting things, but you do have skill rust over time. When you're using skills in this game, they start to get closer to leveling up. But if they don't reach that level, if it's say sitting at like 80%, like our driving is probably at like 60 or 70% right now. If we don't drive for like a month, that's going to go back down to 0. It will never go back a level, but you'll lose the progress that you've used to actually learning something new. So it's potentially useful, but right now I don't see it being super useful. The integrated tool set is pretty much like a no-brainer. It's pretty awesome. It means that we wouldn't even need our belt that we have at the moment. Implanted in your hands and fingers is a complete tool set: screwdriver, hammer, wrench, and heating elements. So you can actually heat things with your hands. You can use this in place of many tools when crafting. So it's pretty damn useful. Again, it's kind of like a no-brainer. I think it would be great for us to have. I do need to kind of limit what we're kind of picking up though. But I think we will grab that for now. The internal chronometer, it's a clock. Yeah, it's just a clock. I don't know if we need it. I think it will probably take up space when we don't need it to take up space. So yeah, I'm not sure about that yet. The joint torsion ratchet. That is what we're going to be using primarily to generate energy. It happens slowly over time when we're moving about, but essentially our joints have ratchets on them, and I kind of imagine it like Matt Damon in Elysium. I kind of imagine it like that kind of system, except when you move your joints, it is generating power because it's actually kind of giving you, it's using gears so that when you push out, you are kind of going through those gears and it's generating energy. That is going to be our primary energy generation. Metabolic interchange is also pretty good. It means that correct me if I'm wrong, energy drains will be counteracted by increasing hunger. Okay, right. Well, they're actually interconnected. Your digestive system and power supply are interconnected. Energy drains will be regularly counteracted by increasing hunger. So this means that like eating will actually give us energy, but I'm imagining it will also make us hungry as well. So they kind of are tied together. So not sure about that. Mini flamethrower, I'm not sure yet. The index finger of both your hands have powerful fire starters which extend from the tip. I think it's pretty cool. I think we might end up getting it. And kind of that paired with the integrated toolset, I think could be pretty good. This we definitely want to put in. Probability travel, I mean it's teleportation, Kyle. Like that's what it is. Increases your body's wavelength, allowing you to quantum travel through walls, reappearing on the other side. Power drain in standby is minimal, but each tile tunneled through costs 250 bionic power. So I think that will be good for us to have, even if we have the our ability to kind of vibrate things and break them that way. This could be used to escape. We could teleport away with that. Remote control CBM, I think that would be cool for us to have. We can connect our brain with devices with wireless capabilities. I guess there's got to be some kind of, hacking with robots with that, something. Weather Reader CBM, a multitude of scientific instruments and sensors collect environmental data. It's presented as a simple readout of the current weather. Okay, that's cool. It might be worth us putting in, maybe. Think Hack CBM. Nice. Okay, so one of your fingers has an electro hack embedded in it, an all-purpose hacking unit used to override control panels and the like, but not computers. Okay, so this is like an electro hack. I don't know, actually, I'm thinking about it now. Maybe we won't be able to install some of the hand CBMs because of our talons. I don't know yet. That is potentially like a little concerning. I'm gonna have to drop some of these off, and some of them we're not actually going to be able to do. So yeah, some of them we aren't going to be able to do at all. We are going to grab the joint torch and ratchet because that's what we're going to need to generate power, and we are going to grab the Mark II power storage CBM, and we're going to grab some of these Mark I storages as well, because you can install as many power storage CBMs as you want. And it's a good way to level up your skills as well. So we can't take 5 apparently. Let's see if we can just take 3. No, we can't. Can we take 2? No, we can't. Can we take 1? Okay, I just selected all of them. Okay, we can take 1 for now, so we'll do that. Okay, we're tired, so I don't know if we should be doing this now, but we are going to attempt to install some of those CBMs, but guys and gals, that is going to be after the cut. We're at the 30-minute mark, we're halfway through, and I know this episode, a lot of it has been me just talking about CBMs, but because this is the first episode that we've done talking about them, I feel like I want to try and cover them as best as I can, so I'll see you all in a moment. And I have returned, so let's get stuck into it. We'll see how this goes. Now just double checking, yep, our intelligence is still high, that's good. And you can see the colors over here. Whenever anything is this kind of color, that means that it is actually rusting. So that's what I was talking about before when I was talking about the skill decay or the skill rust. So we can see that some of them are dropping there. So our electronics is 6, our first aid is 6, which is great. Our mechanics is 4, could be higher, but I think that's going to be okay for us to install just even some of these simple CBMs. We are going to start off, I think, let's see with the Mark II power storage, what we're going to be able to do with that. Okay, so this is pretty good. So there is always a chance that you can damage yourself, but I want to try and keep the percentage chance below 10%, if I can. And so it's always a gamble. Like, even if you have it really low like this, there is a chance that you can still damage yourself genetically, or just have something else kind of go wrong. 2% though, that's a very, very low chance of something going wrong. So I think we are going to go ahead and install the CBM, and bam, just like that, we managed to install a Mark II power storage CBM in there, which has raised our power capacity up to 250. So good news for us. Now we are going to try and install another one of those power storage CBMs. It's another 2% chance, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and that's brought us up by 100. So we've got 350. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Next thing I think we are going to attempt to install is the joint torch and ratchet, and it's 13%. So obviously it's still a pretty good chance, and I know I said I want to try and keep it beneath 10%, but I think we might try and roll the dice here. Actually, you know what? We'll go no, and I will see if I can take another stimulant of some kind to try and boost up our intelligence just a little bit more. Actually, I think Adderall is what we want. I think Adderall is going to make our intelligence go through the roof. I think. I'm not 100%. I think so. It suppresses appetite and is quite addictive. Is this what I want? Is this? I think it is. We're just going to take 1 for now and see how that affects us. Please affect us in a good way. Holy crap, yes. Look at our intelligence. It's 17. God damn. So it is Adderall. I was trying to remember what drug it was that was used to help install CBMs, and god damn, that is quite the bonus. Okay, so we're going to make use of that while we can. Okay, we got it to 10. That was my rule. So we're going to attempt to install it. And we have successfully installed it, and we can now see up here we have 0 power. So if I go and start moving around, that will start to generate energy. But I'm not right now because I'm wanting to utilize those bonuses while we still have them. So let's see what we want to try and activate next. Perhaps the diamond core. Wow, okay, that, yeah, 32%. I don't think we're going to try and install that just yet. We're going to go through one by one. And okay, this one only 4%. We've got the electromagnetic unit in our hand, so we can now draw we can draw mechanical objects into our hand. which is pretty awesome. Enhanced hearing, 16%. We'll come back to it. The sonic resonator, no doubt that's going to be, it's going to be quite high as well. So what we'll do is we'll drop these off for now, and we'll have a look at some of the other CBMs that might be nearby. Okay, so we can actually we don't even need to pick them up. We can just do it here. So Cerebral Booster, I believe was one that we wanted to try and have a look at, and that's another 32%. I'm not surprised. There's probably going to be quite a few of them that are like that. The Finger Hack CBM, let's go ahead and install that. Bam. We're installing things like nobody's business. I imagine Dusk just sitting there with the atomic nightlight that's just kind of illuminating the room. It's raining outside. There's the occasional flash of lightning coming in through the barricaded windows. And she's sitting there with all these books out, with all these different diagrams and layouts of these CBMs, because most of them come with an installation manual of sorts. I don't think they intended you to install them yourself, but rather they were meant to be installed by professionals at a facility for doing that. I think that Dusk would have seen people with CBMs in the lab. I mean, obviously a lot of the scientists use them. Some of them would have had cranial flashlights or other things like it, or had like finger hacks or other integrated tool sets in their hands. So she would have seen them before and kind of understood the power and the capability of them. So yeah, we're getting there so far. We've managed to get a few in there, so I'm pretty happy with that. The integrated tool set I think we'll do next. That's a 16% one, so we'll come back to that. I'm imagining that, let's see, I want to try air filtration. Although, actually, before we do that, let's just go to our bionics menu, and I think we do that by hitting P. Yes, P. Okay, fantastic. So we can see a number, hang on, P. So we can activate our electromagnetic unit there. We can also see our passive ones as well. Although, I'm saying this, I'm trying to see the limit to our bionics, but I'm not actually seeing that right now. So I think we'll just go ahead and we'll just continue installing them as we can. Air filtration system is 10%. I'm just going to try and do some of the more simple ones first if we can. I think that the mini flamethrowers, that's another 10%. Probability travel, that's another big one. Although 32% seems to be the max, so these ones that are a little bit harder for us to install, they seem to max out at that. Sonic resonator, it's at 32%, not surprised. Okay, where did they all go? Oh, hang on, wait. Okay, strange. Why did they all go down there? Maybe because I've just selected them before. So I think we've tried everything now. So now we need to go back and potentially take some risks. The integrated tool set, we're going to. There was a 10% one, wasn't there? I think it was air filtration, right? Yeah, we're going to attempt this. Okay, it failed, but it failed without incident. So that's good. We did lose it though, right? Yeah, we lost it. Damn. So our air filtration unit has disappeared. Oh, there are some others here that we didn't see before. The weather reader, thermal dissipation, and the solar panels. I think for now we might actually just try and install some more of our power storage ones. And so we'll essentially just keep on rolling the dice on them. Because there is a chance of us failing it, I think it's better that we do this now. And like I said before, you can install as many of these as you want. And when you're installing them, there is a chance you can damage other CBMs in your body, so I think it's better for us to increase our power storage now and potentially damage ones that are in there now, than later once we've got a whole heap of them in there. And I believe we can repair some of them, and you can remove others, but removing CBMs is much more dangerous than installing them. You can really mess yourself up, and in some cases, cause yourself death. I'm relatively sure. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure you can get yourself dead by messing around with CBMs. So do be careful. Make sure that you're prepared when you're installing them. So there we go. We've got a much larger capacity. If we have a look now, we're just hitting P to be able to do that. We can see that our power capacity goes up to 1850. So that's pretty sweet if you ask me. Now, what do we want to try and install? Actually, before we do that, let's just have a look. Our electronics and our first aid hasn't gone up, our mechanics has. So I almost wonder whether or not it's worthwhile us reading a little bit more to get our mechanics up to 6. and see if that helps us out. You know what, we're going to do that. I know the mechanics doesn't help us out as much, but I think it's still going to be worth it. Now, electronic circuit theory, we are just going to drop off over here, like so. We're still on day 30 of winter, we're not in spring just yet. So we are going to jump into here and we're going to try and see, this is going to take mechanics to 6, okay, great. And we'll learn about biodiesel at the same time, which is something that we actually want to start growing. We're going to start growing things that we can turn into fuel. A piercing whale. Stop reading. Yes. From the north we hear a piercing whale. Not nice. You can see that our power is actually gaining as we're walking about here. Okay, well, if it is what we think it is, if it's something outside, we want to go and make use of that. Now, with our mask on, we are going to be able to use our fangs, but I think with Krav Maga, we aren't actually using them in the first place. Yeah, we are still under a stimulant, so I don't want to be sticking away for too long. But we'll go outside. Okay, so we're seeing a feral hunter to the south, and he is actually close enough that we do need to deal with him. So let's go ahead, we'll take off our survivor gloves, let's close up the door, and go and try and track this sucker down. Okay, wow, we are seeing a few here. There is a Screecher zombie and a Rottweiler. We do need to take care of them, but we are going to go away from the home for now, and allow them to come for us. Looks like he's going to try and jump out the water. We managed to strike at the feral hunter, quickly punching it for 14 damage. We dodge as he leaps in towards us, although we find ourselves stumbling. Looks like that deer is going to be eaten up by that Rottweiler, but before the others can reach us, we manage to kill the feral hunter. We'll see if we can actually help that deer out here. Okay, the Rottweiler is going to be difficult for us to hit, but sure enough, one quick jab from Dusk tears straight through it with her talons. And we managed to grab the screeching zombie, throwing him to the ground as it starts to claw at us, screeching as it does. But before long, it is dead along with the others. Let's go ahead and butcher them up. We want to grab as much tainted goodies as we can. Let's eat those biscuits as well. I feel like it had actually been a little while before we had eaten there. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to actually... no, I don't want to do anything with that. I just want the tainted meat, which we can't actually grab right now because we are encumbered, so we might not worry about it for the time being. But it is just outside, we know that much. Let's see. Yeah, oh, right, it's the bionics that we're actually carrying right now. Right, okay, so we'll just go and drop those all off again. We're probably going to have to take some more Adderall eventually, but we're just going to come over here and grab these chunks of tainted meat. And perhaps the cough syrup as well, actually. Thank you. Alright, great. We got all of those just fine, and I don't think there's anyone else out here right now, so we're going to go with that idea. We'll go and drop the tainted meat down here. Just like so. And I think we will continue to read if we can. We'll pick up where we left off from. We'll read until we're dead tired, or until we get to the right kind of a level. Go ahead and read. Oh, disease resistant. We lost it. Damn. And we're struggling to find out, or to make out the finer details. Sucks that we lost disease resistant. I was quite fond of that. We'll go ahead. Oh, and actually, you know what? We'll keep this just over here for now. Drop that down. Let's go ahead and wear our gloves. And we need to take a multivitamin. Because we were suffering from just eating nothing else but scones, because that's how we roll. Okay, no, let's not. But we'll have our biscuits. Okay, and I think we should be able to have this now. No, we're still full. Okay, all right. We will leave it at that. And you know what? We can actually just go ahead and drop off those earplugs, because we aren't going to need them after we install our good stuff, and we will be installing that. And just like that, as kind of midnight ticked on over, the world outside begins rising in temperature as spring has sprung. And I'm glad it has. I'm glad it's here, and I think Dusk is too. She used to be very close to the forest, and I think she will become close with it again in time. Yeah, we'll see where her mutation path takes her, but I think we will be looking at that in the future. Now we are up to 6 mechanics, so I think what we are going to do is go ahead and take another whiff of the mechanical cigarette and perhaps take another Adderall. We don't... It is quite addictive. Yeah. So essentially we don't want to take it again after this. We take it again though, because we're terrible like that, and we start to attempt to install some more of those CBMs. Okay, so we should be a little bit better at this now. What do we want to try and install next? Remote controller would be nice. We're at 16% on that though. What else do we want to try and change? Let's try for the toolset. 16%, we're going to give it a go. Okay, we successfully installed it. Like that's pretty damn awesome. So I don't know if we even need the utility belt, although I feel like it's still good for us to have. How much is that actually encumbering us? Not at all. Okay, not at all. So yeah, what's good about this though is that it means that we don't actually, when we're out on the road, we can cook things with our hand. So that's pretty neat. We can just roast meat over our hand because we can just kind of warm it up. I do want to look at getting or at least installing the mini flamethrowers, see if that's possible. Yeah, the cerebral booster as well. So unfortunately you can see that mechanics doesn't actually help us out that much because we went from 32 to 31 and yeah, not too much of a difference there. Enhanced hearing, I really do want to try that. So 16%, we'll cross our fingers and roll the dice. Yes, we have enhanced hearing. So let's go ahead, work into this here. We want to turn, it is actually on, and we'll turn the sound dampeners on. Okay. So which do I want to have on? Do I want to have enhanced hearing on or sound dampeners? Drastically improved, allowing you to hear. Oh, so this has actually made us go deaf. Okay, I understand now. I understand. Okay, right. Thank you very much. I do know what you mean. And so let's go ahead and turn that off. We'll turn enhanced hearing on. Great. Our integrated toolset is turned on as well. And we can see under passive, we have the finger hack and we have the joint torsion ratchet. So with the finger hack, that means we can try and hack little control panels and stuff like that. So it's cool. I think it's cool. We are going to continue though. We are going to see what else we can install here. I reckon we are going to roll the dice on this one. 9%. Bam, we have a mini flamethrower. I know how it sounds. Do we want to try it out? I don't know if we do. I think we do want to try it out outside, but we're not going to do it just now. I think we're just going to chill for the time being. I'm half tempted to look at installing the solar panel CBM. Maybe. The diamond cornea, yeah, that's still a more difficult one for us to install. Blood filter, blood filter we can do, but blood filter actually doesn't help us out too much right now. It does say it can filter out some toxins, but it's not like 100% guaranteed. So I don't know if it would help us out if we did get, bad things in us. I think that combined with our other CBM, the one that's actually filtering the air, I think the combination of the two will be good. So maybe we'll give the blood filter a go. Let's go ahead and install it. Okay, we were successful. So if I head over now and have a look, we've got blood filter over there. Okay, let me just have another look at that, sorry. Okay, so blood filter, and where is the other filter that we had? Because that should be under passive, or it should be here, right? It was like an air filter. I'm pretty sure we installed it, but maybe we didn't. Am I missing any down here? I don't think we are. It should be up the top with the rest of the CBMs. It was the air filtration CBM. And I feel like I'm not seeing it right now. Oh, that's right, we failed. Yeah, that's right. Okay, we failed that one. Bugger. Okay. That is what it is. Okay. The others, I don't think we're going to be installed. The weather reader CBM, I don't think we are going to need. I don't see us needing that. And the others, I don't think we're going to be able to install easily either. So I think for now, we are just going to drop everything off. We are going to take quite a bit of a break in between installing CBMs though, because we don't want, we really don't want to become addicted to Adderall, because yeah, it says it's quite addictive. I believe it. I'm not going to question it. I believe that it's quite addictive. We are tired, but I think we're going to spend a little bit of time trying to make some more mutagens because we have some more available. Let me guess, bleach. Yep, it's always bleach. So I think we want to try and let's see how far we can go with our tainted meat. Okay, we can make 4. So we want to make at least 8 units of bleach. Or actually, in this case, 4 units of bleach. So let's go to the bleach. And we're going to go ahead and make 4 units of that. It's going to take an hour and a half for us to be able to do that. Gonna get a little hungry. Pour into a container, gallon jug of bleach. And have some of those biscuits. They've been doing us well. We probably are going to have to make some more flour though. And so we should be able to make 4. Perfect. We'll go ahead and make 4. Chemistry set. And we will pour into a container. Plastic bottles. Yes. Okay. Done. Fantastic. So we probably need to look at making some more purifiers as well, but right now we're not gonna worry about that just yet. I am concerned that we are taking damage again for some reason, and it could be in part because of the stimulants. It could be something else that's causing us to have that, but it's a little concerning, a little bit. Okay. I think we need to head back out. We need to head into the outside world again. And I think if we are going to do that, it would be good for us to have our bow. And not just our bow, I think we have the ability now to make a new bow. So let's just have a look under this here. Yeah, we can make a reflex recurve bow, which I think is going to be a hell of a lot cooler than our regular bow that we had before. And so let's just have a look at that versus the longbow. So the volume of this and the weight, so we've got 0.5 kgs and the volume is 1.25. So it's definitely less volume. Let's see, the range probably isn't going to be as much as longbow. That's 16 and the longbow is 20. Okay, the damage of the longbow is 7, whereas the damage of this is 15. So it's going to be firing the arrows at a much higher rate. So it's a bow that combines the traits from both the reflex and recurve bows, with both limbs and tips curving away from the archer. This dramatically increases the power and requires significant strength to draw the bow effectively. How much strength does it require? That might be a clincher for us. I think we have enough strength though. Our strength is 10. I hope that's enough. I don't know for certain if it is. What do we actually need to make you, Mr. Reflex Bow? We just need some string or some thread. Fantastic. We can get 200 thread. We're going to have to spend 2 hours disassembling some rags though. To do so, where are you, rags? I know you're around here somewhere. There we go, 27 rags. We'll take 2 and we will deconstruct both of them. Let's get to work, Dusk. Okay, and we will have something to eat in between, and we will attempt to do the same again. Disassemble. Yes. Perfect. Got a little thirsty, have something to drink, and let's head back over and attempt to make our bow. Perfect. There we go. Reflex recurve bow. Perfect. Go ahead and get carving. It's going to take 25 minutes for us to do so, and just like that we make the reflex recurve bow. Let's go and wield that sucker and we'll see if we can make some arrows for it. I think we are going to need to recharge our welder because we've got the forge, right? The forge is part of this rig now. Correct me if I'm wrong, game. Mounted electric forge. Perfect. Okay. How is our power at the moment actually? 27. So it is actually going up. We're gaining power. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to happen. Let's go and drop off the electronic cigarettes though. We're not going to need those right now. I'm not going to need the cough syrup. No, we aren't. The quiver we want to grab, although I'm trying to think, do we need it? We had to look at it before, didn't we? I can't remember if I decided whether or not we wanted it. It says encumbrance 2, and because it's on the waist, it is going to kind of stack up. So we're on 35 at the moment. If we go and wear the quiver as well, that knocks us up to, yeah, that's a little bit more. It knocks us up to 39. I'm not sure. I feel like us just carrying the arrows should be fine. It's obviously not going to be as fast as drawing them from the quiver. I don't know. I mean, we could drop the utility belt. Is there anything on the utility belt that we don't have in our integrated toolset? Let's have a look. So we've got... Oh dear, this is going to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. So there's wood sawing on that. We don't have wood sawing with our other ones, so I think we do want to keep that. Our integrated toolset, we can't do that. At least I don't believe we can. Let's just have a quick look at the integrated toolset. Head on over to passive. No. Integrated toolset. Let's have a quick gander at that. Okay. Yeah, screwdriver, hammer, wrench, but it's not sawing, not metal sawing and stuff like that, so yeah. Our power's generating, look at that go. I didn't actually have a look at the solar panel CBMs, and I probably should have while we were still hyped up on stuff. We will have a look, at that. 14%. Do I want to take the chance? Yes? Maybe? I'm going to say yes. Okay. We're alright. We're alive. Oh dear, that could have gone very, very bad, very, very fast. But no, I think that works, and I'm kind of glad that we have those for now. Yeah. Fabrication 7, nice. We actually did level up. We must have leveled up when we made the bow, perhaps. Yeah, could have been what happened. But I'm getting distracted. We need to look at making some arrows, so we will do just that. Exploding arrowhead. I like the sound of that. Nice. Sharpened metal arrow. Okay, that's different from what we've had before. Yeah, that's freaking cool. This simple IED is designed to be attached to an arrow and detonate on impact. That is freaking cool. That is awesome. I really like the sound of that. Although it says it's simple, so I don't know how simple it is. So I guess we make the exploding arrow, right? With that. Yeah, you need 5 exploding arrowheads to be able to make a whole heap of exploding arrows. So this arrow has a small IED strapped to its tip, horribly inaccurate, heavy, and bulky. Not only does this contraption require expert hands to pull off a shot, it requires one to loose this with a small measure of confidence the shooter won't get caught in the blast radius. Oh, okay, let's not do that for now. I think what we might want to do is make the sharpened metal arrows. So we don't need metal arrows to make them, so I think we're just going to make the... Oh, hang on. Why is that so... Stands a very good chance of remaining intact once fired, but why is the damage so much less on that? I guess maybe... Oh, okay. So this will be why. No, it's not, is it? I thought it'll be because like the metal arrow is actually forged, whereas the sharpened one will just be like a piece of metal. Oh, it's a metal shaft that's been carefully sharpened to a crude point. So the metal arrow itself is a lot better. And because it's actually got... Well, the other one has fletching as well. I don't understand. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, we're going to make a whole heap of metal arrows. Let's go. We will make 10. It's going to take 3 hours. And by 10, it's probably actually going to be 100, I think. Let's see. We'll use plastic chunks nearby for as long as we can. We will not stop crafting, so that means we're going to be very tired when we're working on this, but we'll do it. Our skin has turned into chitinous skin. Let's have a look. And we do have 100 metal arrows. Nice. How much is that actually? It's a decent weight. It is a decent weight, but it's not affecting us too much. Yeah, I think we'll go with the 100 arrows that we have there. Not bad, not bad. So we need to have something to drink. Chitinous skin, eh? Chitinous skin. Oh, do we not have anything to drink in there? Oh, okay. We're out of clean water. So we need to spend a little bit of time just doing that, although we are dead tired, so instead we will just drink from our hydration pack. And we are hungry again as well, so there's nothing we can really eat that's very, very easy for us to make. So I think we might just have to go hungry until we wake up in the morning. But it is spring outside now, so that means we can go out and we can start exploring, gathering the things that we need. We need those Datura seeds, and we are in need of bird eggs as well. So we're going to have to go hunting for both of those. But that, guys and gals, is going to be in the next episode. I know we spent most of today inside working on these CBMs, but it's turned Dusk into, well, something more than just a mutant. She is also a cyborg of sorts. Now, this is what is needed in the Cataclysm. This is what the Cataclysm turns you into. And while those seats there stay unoccupied, Dusk's mind does turn to Bradley. So perhaps in the next episode, while looking for the goods that we need to make those serums, the Alpha Serum, we might just stumble upon him. Or at least try and seek him out. But that, as I said, will be in the next. Thank you all join for this episode. No, thank you all for joining me for this episode. I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.